Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Joseph. I'm going to do a very quick intro. I want to jump in right away. I'm going to show you my early Trickster build and what kind of skills tree that I use and what mods I use specifically on my gun that gives me infinite amount of ammo with twisted rounds. Let's get into it. So let me show you all the details of my early Trickster build that's having me really kind of just run through enemies left and right. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus mostly on weapon damage here and using some movement skills to activate even more weapon damage. So check it out. Some weapon damage. Reload because I'm going to be using shotguns and LMGs, so this is going to be pretty important. LMG being my main gun as of the moment. Increase your weapon damage by 8%. Now, I use more borrow time, but hunt to prey or borrow time both work here. In some cases, hunt to prey would actually work even better for some behind the enemy damage there. Then again, close range weapon damage, 15%. We got activating movement skill increases weapon damage by 50% for 8 seconds. This is a major one. We got increased armor piercing. Then for attacking enemies from behind, I get a little weapon damage boost. This one, again, very important. When your damage skill ends, increase weapon damage by 50% for 8 seconds. That's why I like using as my third skill Temporal Blade. Out of the 3 skills I'll be using, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then we got, again, increased close range weapon damage, 15%. Again, weapon damage here. Again, reinforce a little bit more of movement skill cooldown by 15%. And the last one we got here is from behind. Weapon damage is increased by 20%. Now, the skills I'm going to be using for the most part is Temporal Blade and Twisted Rounds. That's going to be my 2 damage skills. So whenever they run out, I get a boost. And as well as my movement skill, whenever I activate, I get more weapon damage here as well. But the way I'm going to utilize this build, you're never going to run out of bullets for the most part, and that's going to be because of this LMG right here. I got the second mod on it, Perpetual Mobile. You instantly replenish your magazine if you kill an enemy with 35% or less ammo remaining in your magazine. That's also why I use light machine guns with twisted rounds. I'm almost sure from any distance to be able to kill an enemy if I'm low on ammo to make sure I replenish some of it right away. But it can work with shotguns if you have a pretty big magazine as well and you're up close just destroying enemies. I don't really have any optimized gear. It's all focused around borrow time as of the moment, so that's kind of a testament to that this works with really anything so far. But of course, you want to have some kind of optimization. For the most part, I optimize borrow time for now, and that's what kind of makes my borrow time very useful for me personally, and that's how I've been utilizing. Now let me give you some demonstrations of this class and see how, so you can see what it looks like in motion. So how do I actually use this build? So I activate my borrow time and twisted rounds and run into a crowd and just start laying waste. And that combination, I'm always going to have twisted rounds activated. In case I get really surrounded by a bunch of enemies or I need to do a little bit extra damage, I use my Temporal Blade and then kind of rinse and repeat this whole process. The only time I've ever had my twisted rounds run out actually with this very large 100 mag size on my assault rifle, on my LMG, sorry, is when I'm fighting bosses or the boss is by himself where I've eliminated everybody else. So it's always a good thing to keep a couple of smaller enemies around you even when you're fighting monsters or bosses, to make sure you can replenish your ammo without ever having to waste your twisted rounds. And that's a very simple way. I'm literally running through the campaign. On the time to time when I'm not paying attention or I wasn't careful enough, I'll run out of twisted rounds or get myself in a very tight situation and die. But for the most part, I actually don't have a lot of trouble using this, and it's getting me through the game pretty quickly. Not fully optimized, it's not 100% for sure. But I'm, as they get closer to the end game and I get better gear to really take advantage of all 3 skills and have my borrow time also cause an explosion, which I think it was Chronosuit that has it. I forgot which armor, really, legendary armor. I'm going to utilize that as well in the endgame build, which I'll have for you guys. So there you go, guys. That's my build, and it's centered around the mod, which gives me basically infinite ammo the more enemies that I kill at some ammo regen. Not automatic reload. You don't want that mod when you roll and reload. That's not going to work. Is it going to reload twisting rounds? It's going to take it as a regular reload. It has to be ammo regen in the same mag. And I found it to be easier to achieve with LMGs rather than shotguns, but I'm sure with a powerful enough of shotgun or a shotgun with good mods, as well as the kind of ammo regen, it's really going to be kind of upping the game of this build in very close range, doing a crap load of damage. I would assume maybe an automatic shotgun be better. Hopefully you found this useful, guys, and if you did, make sure to subscribe down below for more Outriders content. Peace out and enjoy your Outriders gaming.